Hi everyone, my name is Venice Irving and we're back again for another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the components of a listening class or a listening lesson. But before we do so, let me just invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're going to be doing a lot of professional development topics this year 2020, and we're going to see how best we can learn from each other and grow as we learn. So click the notification bell so that you can know whenever I drop another video. I'm hoping to do these videos every week. So let's get started. So the components of a listening lesson. There are 3 components to each lesson. That's the first component is pre-listening, second component is while listening, and the third component is post-listening. So I'll be taking notes from the Bridge TEFL book that I use to train my students. Can you see? It says how to teach listening. So that's where I'll be getting some of these notes from. So if you're interested in our course, you can always contact me. I'll leave my contact information down below, so you can contact me anytime you're ready to be trained as a TEFL teacher. But so let's get started, right? First one is pre-listening, and it says pre-listening is a part of the lesson that provides the students with a chance to prepare for the act of listening. It also activates their background knowledge on the topic. All right, so some activities you can do while you're doing pre-listening. You first introduce the topic. Say, for example, you're going to talk about cars, right? Or methods of transportation, modes of transportation. So then we can have a discussion on what their knowledge is about modes of transportation. We can talk about a dump truck, or you can talk about, this one is a race car, or you can talk about a plane, talk about the ship, the boat, whatever it is. And so you get information from them beforehand so you can understand where they're coming from. Then you introduce a topic, and then you hear from them questions. You can feel them questions about the topic, and then you can hear from them what they understand from the topic. Other things you can do is you can review pictures and images. I just showed you a picture and an image from mode of transportation. So you can just prepare pictures or images from that particular topic that they'll be listening about, and then present it in class before the listening activity. You can also connect with the students. So whatever reading materials you have, see how the students will connect to the related topic. You can also teach key vocabulary. So if you know they're going to be listening to certain words that they may not understand, write those on the board. And before they actually do the listening activity, you're going to explain to them what those words are and have them use those words in, say, a normal, simple conversation, so that they can get a feel of the words and get to understand the words before they listen. All right, let me see if there's another one. Oh, another one is you can go over the summary of the listening passage. So whatever the listening activity is, just briefly introduce it to them and let them know what you're going to be what they are going to be listening to, so that they will not be unfamiliar, but it will be familiar territory when they listen. All right, so the second part of the listening lesson is while listening. And it says that students listen and demonstrate comprehension during the listening passage. So some things that you can do to activate these listening processes. You can have them listen to the passage and then fill in the blanks. So you actually have the script of the listening passage there, and while they're listening, they need to fill in key words or key vocabulary, key phrases in the passage, and that will help them to start to differentiate between different words and how know how to catch different words as they listen. You can have them take summary notes while they listen too. So while they're listening, they can have their book open and they will just write what they are hearing. It does not have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be all correct. It just has to be something that they understand. Whatever they understand, they can write as they listen. All right, another way of for them to do listening activities is really for them to listen and act out what they just heard. So they're listening to a passage, they act out the passage. So you may stop the listening activity, you would not finish the recording. You stop in the midway, halfway there, and then you have them act out what they just listened or what they just heard. And then you can do bingo game. You can actually have them listen and they check off the bingo words as they go along. All right, so you have the last segment of the listening lesson, which is post-listening, and it states, students demonstrate understanding after the listening passage and solidify knowledge acquired. So at the end of the listening activity, they have finished listening, they've already gotten their pre-listening activities. Now this is the time when they demonstrate what they actually understood from the listening activity. Post-listening activities include simple things like question and answers, or you could have the students respond to the listening activities in writing, or another thing you could do is actually have them to do debates or interviews about the listening activity that they just heard. All right, well, that's the end of our video. I hope you got good information about how to use listening activities in the class, and I hope that you can use it in your classroom one day. So leave in the comments any other activity that you like to do for listening comprehension, and feel free to contact me. I'll leave my contact details below. See you next time, and I hope you'll join me for another professional development video. See you next time. Bye bye.